a bit longer, but we are back with some more Lesitte, actually, as we go into Warner League, Steel Division League Season 9 playoff stage in Division 3. As we have Rougish on the right side with DFL and Lesitte on the left side with Panzer Maverick versus Maverick on Orsha North. And if you want to help out these players, getting a bit of money for their efforts, or fighting about it, especially for Division 3, then you could help over at Matcherino, getting us to the next stretch goal. And you don't even have to pay anything yourself. You can do it via sponsor quests on the side and add money that way. It's easy to do. For example, over here at some of them, you only have to do some website visiting or following someone on Twitch or subscribing with an email here to a newsletter of BetterHelp, and you can add money to the prize pool. And yeah, easily done. If everyone would do it, we would add quite a couple of extra dollars to the prize pool. And yeah, if you want to see more of Rougish, Rougish is the guy behind our amazing bot, or one of the guys behind our amazing bot, and he's the one that filters out the statistics. So on our website, on playsdl.com, you can find this lovely article from him about the stats of the group stage of the Steel Division League, and you can find more info there. And yeah, the fight here is between Lesitte and Rougish in the quarterfinals, and it's about who will face attack power in the semifinals. So should be interesting, as it's also a hot matchup here, as Lesitte is bringing in an OG division from Steel Division only 44, which has become a bit better in Steel Division 2, as it is a bit more flexible. It still has Pumas. It has interesting Panzer Grenadiers, as their Panzer Grenadiers come with a Panzer Schreck. And the Panzer Schreck doesn't cost you anything extra, but you only can bring them in half-tracks. So that's, I guess, kind of the cost. Like, half-tracks are nice, but all your Panzer Grenadiers are slow because of it. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have quite some fast vehicles here, as the DFL can bring around some partisans interactions, which can be pretty strong on the front line. Has some great infantry as well. Its tank tap quite a bit more limited though. Couple of M10, a couple of Stuarts, and one cut of Shermans. That's kind of it. Has a good air tap, has a solid support tap, as it can bring around the M3 howitzer. On the other side, we have some Guerrillas as well. We have some Panzer 3 Aegis in the tank tap. Pretty solid, nice tank. Pumas, as I said earlier, nice, fast recon cars. 85 kmh, really fast, really good gun. Can strike out to 1,500 meter with great accuracy. 60% accuracy is actually really good. Solid rate of fire. So can kill off enemy armored vehicles, like for example the M8, pretty nicely. So this should be interesting. Fancy Grenadiers coming around in the south. On the other side, partisans. 50 cults. Some tirailleurs. M1 gun. Will come in here in the center. In the north. Some legionnaires, some tirailleurs as well. 50 cal. Coming in for that part of the map too. So both sides getting close to finishing off here their deployment. And what do you think, chat? Who has the upper hand here when it comes to division? I feel like for Orsha North, it still has to be DFL. Like, Panzer is not terrible, but I would say everything but the Slutsk, DFL still should be favored. You have a decent amount of AA in Panzer. Like, you shouldn't be bothered with the air spam super much, but the infantry variety and the speed of the beginning, I feel like still favors DFL quite a bit here, and you can't quite play out your heavy tonk card as easily. And your Panzer Grenadiers are great, but they ain't winning in all the positions you can get them in. So I feel like DFL is still a better pick in my eyes. So Panzer for sure. More of a complete package than it ever has been at the moment. So let's see how it goes. Tirailleurs in the south, Legionnaires, Sart. DFL has dropped out a bit of favor over time as well, though. It got quite a couple of nerfs over the past couple of patch cycles. So it's not what it once has been. It's not an S tier division anymore, but I still would put it solidly into A tier, whilst Panzerlair I would put like lower B tier at the moment. So I would say DFL for sure has the advantage. Also, Reef, what do you say to your new lion in front of your name? That's Grandius coming around here. You're 1 month away from the next level, by the way. We have some Pike 40s coming around. Half clears, Flammenwerfers. Good amount of units. Partisans will be interesting. The SDKZ will be interesting if the Partisans can find any kill on any of these vehicles, and how much room and play they will get for Rougish here at the beginning of the game. That's for sure one of the key aspects. Did I? Didn't see it. Yeah, oh, yeah, I saw the COH part. But I didn't see anyone reacting to that. I'm not a COA addict, but I might do some stuff for COH3. Currently in talks about that with some other guys. As the game starts to look rather decent by now. Still not super amazed by it, but yeah. And yeah, Panzergrenadier is coming around. Umas will come in as well. Yeah, there's the old ones are still around. There's still the 1, 3, and 6 month ribbon, as you can see with Wonka, who has the 3-month one, I think. Yeah, 3-month ribbon at the moment. But we have a new 9-month, we have a new 1 year, and we have a new 2-year sub ribbon. COH2, okay. But why learn it now? I feel like COH2 at the moment it's even more elitist, like from the player base than Steel Division. Because people actually played like for like 10 years by now, nearly. Don't know. And it's not that amazing of a game. Like, I would wait for COH3 if I would be you, Reef. COH3 in general also looks like a slightly better game again than COH2. Though the balance most likely will be pretty terrible at launch, but we'll see. Not super. Like, it's still... Like, they try to find a middle ground between COH1 and COH2 with a bit of new stuff. It's not much new stuff, actually. Like, it's... Like, gameplay is pretty close to what COH1 and COH2 had to offer. But they tried to be a bit closer to one. So, yeah. And we should get into the battle here at any moment. Deployment is a classic Division 3 and 4 deployment time. I thought that would be faster. We will come around here in a second, I guess. Gorilla. Moving around here in the south. MG42 setting up. Flammenwerfer coming in as well. Well on the north, Panzer 4H. Grenadiers. 40. Some Pioneers. The only fast units you get in the infantry tab. Only one that can come in Opal Blitzes. It's a pretty nice design. Like, Panzerlair is unique, which you really have to give it to it. And yeah, like, I feel like people give Eugen too much slack for not having unique tank divisions. I think by now the Panzer divisions are all relatively well spread out and unique. Like, yeah, 5th Panzer is stock standard, but that's their kind of unique feature. Like, there's no other stock standard division out there anymore. Like, Panzerlair has the Panzer Grenadiers with and Puma combo and so on. Like, there is a good amount of mix everywhere now. Strachwitz is not the same. 116 has the Ersatz Pioneers and so on. Like, doesn't have Tigers, has Panthers and so on. Like, there's quite a bit of variety in the tank divisions. Maybe 5th SS and 5th are still a bit too similar, but like Großdeutschland is special with its Großdeutschland infantry units now, and so on. So I think the Panzer divisions really have become pretty well mixed, especially now with different level of Panzer Grenadiers. The MG26, the DP, the 34 versions, and so on. So, Volksdeutsche, all of that stuff. As we have some Maxarts coming in here in the south, and we have the game starting. Partisans coming around all across the map. Can they find some kills? Seafire coming in here as well to get some recon in. Maxart here should maybe get a bit further forward. Sights down in the south, going pretty deep. This partisan could have moved up all the way here as well. This one should move in here as well. Maybe, yeah, like I feel like Rougish is a bit too restrained with his partisans here. Oh, doesn't quite find the kill here. Pioneers still might be found. And the partisans get the kill on that one. Oh. We'll get the shot off. We'll get a kill on the Pioneer. Already paying off somewhat. Getting a kill over here as well. So yeah, getting some nice hits in. But the partisan over here, for example, should have just gotten into this building. Okay, unloading now with the Panzer Grenadiers. Fearing the partisans. 12-12 situation though. As flags over here got captured. Seafire keeps an eye open in the north. Partisans around, Trailers and Legionnaires moving in here as well. M10 Tank Destroyer has to be careful. Pack 40 is around. Will help around over here. Get some damage against the Flammenwerfer. 13-11 for Lesitte. Getting the flag in the south as well. And yes, this is Division 3. Division 3 quarterfinals. Winner will play against Attack Power. And Lesitte. Interesting start here. Panzer 3H against M8 in the north. M8 shouldn't take that fight. Panzer 3 has more hit points and better armor. So the M8 needs to disengage there. Would get one shot there. Gepard coming around. Ooh, Focke-Wulf will try to hunt down the Seafire. Seafire not getting microed right now. Can not quite outrun this Focke-Wulf. Slightly slower. Doesn't have AA. Focke-Wulf coming closer. Dogfight, the Seafire would win. Does Rougish get the micro out? Okay, he just disengages for now. We'll get it out alive here in the end. M8 helping out in the south together with the Steward. Tank advantage here for sure for Rougish. Has some Legionnaires, has some Maxarts around. These will annihilate the Panzer Grenadiers in the CQC scenario. 60mm mortars coming in as well. Legionnaires getting pinned down. Panzerschreck finds a kill onto a Steward though. Legionnaires being pinned down. Steward a bit over-eager. That's the great thing about these Panzer Grenadiers. Panzerschreck giving them a good amount of range. 250 meter range. Hitting out against any sort of armor. So using armor against this, not that easy. Focke-Wulf will come in once more for some strafing run here against the Legionnaires. Trailure pinned down as well. 60mm mortar now coming in. As the Panzer Grenadiers try to deal more damage. Puma coming in here as well now. No anti-tank around here right now. Partisans not in the spot to hit these units either. Focke-Wulf will not take any damage there from the 50 cal. Shooting up. Bofors coming around. Beams coming around. One of these should be around already in the south though. Like having some bazookas with your units kinda important. And these units should fall back. They're fanatical, but they still will take damage. 60mm mortars trying to come in with some damage as the Focke-Wulf recon plane is now entering the battlefield as well, helping out the Focke-Wulf A8 to spot enemy units. M10 on the battlefield in the center. In the north, no major action here. Beams will be helpful here as well though. Could help out against Panzer 3H for example. The Focke-Wulf now is strafing down 60mm mortars, and Hellcat is coming in, but the Focke-Wulf is still around. Oh my god, Rougish, what are you doing? Oh no, that's the complete anti-timing here. Hellcat, really important airplane. I don't know what in the world made Rougish do this move. That was a complete throw off that Hellcat, and Lesitte eating a 140 point plane there, I think it is, or 130 points at least, completely for free. Didn't even have to micro the Focke-Wulf there. It just lined up perfectly for it. as the M10 is still moving around here. Focke-Wulf still bullying more cannons here. This Focke-Wulf deals way more damage than it ever should be able to. Bofors now around in the north will try to force it back. But yeah, fighter should have been the unit to call in, not a fighter bomber here to try to get the damage in. And Rougish taking an insane amount of damage here in the south already. Lesitte on the 1311 could easily push through here now and take the whole south. And this is an absolute fiasco in the south for Rougish in the start here. Northern situation looking solid, but Rougish not quite able to find any kills there. 1311 for Lesitte. Partisans here still could become nasty in the later game. M10 coming around, another beam, but the infantry down to only Maksarts for now here. So Rougish will not be able to pressure the south anytime soon again. Bims over here with bazookas though could do some damage in the north. Get by around here as well. As Gorilla comes in for the center. The Wolf recon plane coming around once more. Will even try to use its 7mm to strafe down the cannon. Will it be able to get the damage done? Cannon is moving, but no. Seafire coming in as a fighter. Focke-Wulf is way faster though, so the Seafire won't be able to catch it. M10 moving around here for the south. And the Seafire has to be fine with maybe getting some strafing damage in. With only 60 bullets in its 20mm cannons though, it won't do much. Runs out of ammo really, really quickly. Often not even enough to kill off an enemy airplane. M10, meanwhile, coming around here in the south. Whilst in the north, the Bims tried to get into a spot where they can maybe find a kill here. Should have moved into this forest though. Come in from over here. As in the north, the Panzer Grenadiers are in their way. Partisans trying to move up. M8 trying to help out. Will find the Panzer 3H. Panzer 3H will get a hit in though. Will get the gun jammed. Partisans will get found here. And yeah, this attack move is from the wrong angle. The Bims should have come in from over here. Try to get a bazooka onto target. Panzer Grenadiers hold nearly all of them down. Trilliers and Legionnaires need to disengage. Panzer 3H will hold this point on for a longer time. 1410 here for Lesitte. Gorilla now hitting the 50 cal over here. Gets the kill. Situation here already kind of dicey for Lesitte now. For Rougish as well. Gorilla doing a good amount of damage. Lesitte controlling the open as he should do. And Pioneers getting a TNT onto the Trilliers. Getting a nice pin down. Should be able to get a surrender there soon. And hey yo! Hello Mr. Lot. Thanks for the subscription. Thanks for 19 months of support. Hope you like your new badge. As this situation here is really problematic for Rougish. 1410 for Lesitte. Lesitte really playing well here in the center. And Rougish needs to find a way of using his better combination of infantry. Gets the kill in the north actually. Gets the push out there. Panzer 3 did, I guess, have too much fear of the Bims. Did retreat there. So Rougish at least gets the flag for now. But will be hard pressed to hold it against the SDKFZ 259s. 1311 still for Lesitte. Southern position getting a bit better for Rougish, but can't take these long range engagements here. M10 not finding any kill. Center, Lesitte is trying to get a push in. M10 getting a bit of damage out, but Pak 40 and Quiller are dangerous. 50 cal coming around for the south. Panzer Grenadier is holding the position pretty nicely. Ooh, next Panzer Grenadier moving a bit too much into fire there. As we have some guerrilla shots coming in here, I guess. Yeah, guerrilla shots into the south. M10 showing frontal armor, but will still take some damage from that. Pak 40 helping out against units in the town here. Ooh. Does the M1 gun get the guerrilla? Nope. Gets a shot out. Doesn't get a kill though. M10 moving around here in the north. Rougish for now holding the town. Bims in the good position here. Hard to find a good line of sight onto this. Mortar fire could help out though. And that's what's coming in there. Focke-Wulf will spot it most likely as well, helping out, identifying the trap that Rougish is setting up here. And the 1410 still taking for Lesitte. Maxart's getting found by the Puma. They don't have the anti-tank. If the Bimp would be with them, would be able to find a kill there, but it's not. And at the moment, more 16mm mortars coming in. No AA in the south though, so they could be strafed down once more by Focke-Wulf. And the longer you let the game go on, the harder it will be for Rougish to get something done. Maybe with air spam later on, but the Focke-Wulf plus Möbelwagen gave Lesitte a pretty good AA, so getting an air spam done here, not that easy. Usually as DFL, especially against such an expensive deck as Panzer, you kind of want to break them early on with better combined arms, with more affordable combined arms, but that's not what Rougish did here. Got outplayed here in the south, and this is leaving him in a spot where he really has to get some nice plays in to get the return of this game. Loses the M10 over here though, and that is problematic. 50 cal trying to push back the Panzer Grenadiers, 60mm mortars trying to get on top of it as well. 14-10 situation here as the SDKFZ 259s pin down the Bimps. Maxart's under fire as well, Panzer 3H trying to move up, M10 tank destroyer coming on the other side. And it's a 59 now for Lesitte, thanks to a great push in the center, using his long range advantage there really, really well. Shocks trying to come in on the other side. Pack 40s might find them in the open though. Like over here, also hold by the Pioneers. And yeah, first one already dying. Ooh. The Partisans here find a kill. Nice spot there. Next Partisan might find the next kill. No, it's not close enough to the road. Should be up here. Yes, Focke-Wulf's recon planes coming around. Focke-Wulf A8 can still do the strafing. Pioneers getting closer and closer over here. Will be forced to unload by the tirailleurs, but Focke-Wulf could come around to strafe them down. Partisan over here also not in the perfect spot. Could maybe even move forward over here and get some kills in on that spot. 59 for Lesitte, as Rougish is under heavy pressure. Gets the Puma kill here at least with the M10. M10 could deal with this SDKFZ as it's out of 20mm ammo. Has to be a bit more careful of the Panzerschreck and the other SDKFZ though. Infantry of Rougish being pushed back here. M10 should disengage, otherwise the Panzerschreck will find them. And it's not doing so right now. 59 for Lesitte, and Rougish still not having an advantage at any spot on the map right now. North not looking half bad. Tirailleurs putting some damage in, but the Panzer Grenadiers now find the M10, and that's a big, big loss there. Should have been microed better. Sherman's coming in, some shocks, some legionaries, but Rougish not really having a plan to victory right now. Is throwing in units everywhere, but Lesitte is already in a great advantage, and Rougish is not really playing towards any of his deck's strengths right now. It's just throw units forward, and that's usually not a way to victory if you are in a position like this. You really have to figure out an idea here, and I don't quite see here a coherent plan to getting back into this. Bofors finally on it, but there's no air spam, there's no overwhelming force idea on any point of the map. Southern position maybe decent. Command the Afrik, pretty strong here. Okay, finally some more infantry down here. This is currently the one where the power might be somewhat slightly in favor of Rougish. Infantry should move better though. Like the vehicles, especially in this matchup, should never be in front of the infantry. If there are Panzerschrecks all around every corner, you really shouldn't have your vehicles in front of your infantry. Puma will get the M8 here as well. Partisans still in a nice spot. One of the Pioneers got dealt with, but Panther D and Pack 40 pushing the center. Rougish has to stop throwing units in here. 3 infantry units already being killed off here. Maxarts and Bimps coming in here from the rear. So that's 4 more infantry units. Bofors finally in the south as well. So the 60mm mortars together with that infantry maybe could do something. Possibly 3 flags here to grab. Still would only be a 12-12. So maybe would need the other flank as well. But is working on that as well. Sherman's here, pretty helpful. Tiger is around though. Anti-tank gun maybe could try to cut this off over here in the long run. Getting some damage down the road here. Could be nice. And then just holding on the center. Could be the strategy here now. But needs to be a bit better with his assaults than before. Pioneers also keeping up the pressure here in the center. Ooh, M10 gun under fire by the Pak 40. Not a fight you want to take here as Rougish. Has to move back the M10 gun. Especially as a Panther D and a Martyr are around there as well. Another Tiger coming up here for Lesitte as well. The pressure onto the center of Rougish is immense. And he's still not having much success in the south. Command the Freak should move further forward. Should really try to get some more kills here. Finally is moving on. Makazart's following it up. Play like this should have happened quite a couple of minutes ago though. As at the moment he's really still just trying to catch up desperately here. Infantry pushed through the forest. Good idea. Grilla. Ooh, might be found by the Partisan. The Partisan here really might become the MVP of Rougish. But the Pioneers over here are scary. One of them gets eliminated. Curliers using their pretty decent CQC fire there to get a victory. And one gun has to be careful over here though. Shock's trying to come in. Gorilla slowly moving forward. MG42 and Gorilla from the hill helping out against the infantry in the open. The Shocks really have to get the hell out of there, as the Gorilla will open up fire onto them. Ooh, that will be a good hit as both of them are bunched up. One of them instantly gets wiped out. Partisans should find the kill onto the Gorilla. Yes, another good kill here. 11-13 for Rougish, who is pushing in the north and the south now. But in the north there is a Tiger in his way and he doesn't have any bazooka units up here. And the Shermans will not cut it. He needs something else for it. He doesn't have the AA to allow his air to come in against the Fokker Wolves. So he most likely will have to disengage here for a while. Has to find another way to do so. Both sides still having good incomes for now, as we are still in B phase. More Stuarts, more Shermans coming around. In general, Rougish using a hell of a lot of Stuarts in my memory. Like, usually always brings it around a deck that can use Stuarts and uses them a lot. Not a light tank I'm that fond of. I feel like they're pretty expensive for what they do, as they have a relatively low rate of fire for light tank, and their penetration value is just a bit underwhelming, plus 8 hit points, so they get one-shot by any medium tank. Tiger E does fall to the Shermans. Shermans getting a bit lucky there, as Panzerschreck's also not quite in range to deal with them. So Sherman advantage actually in the north. Panzer 3H is coming around, but for the moment, a slight advantage here for Rougish in the north. Can use the infantry maybe to deal a bit more damage. Has to be careful of that last remaining Panzer Grenadier here. Afterwards, maybe the Sherman could deal a bit of damage to these half-tracks. So Rougish in a solid position up there. In the south, he still has a good amount of infantry in the forests. Shocks over here though got completely annihilated. Tries to get a big push on over here, but Panthers and Gorilla could help out on this ridge. Gorilla having some decent line of sight there. Commando DR Freak trying to find another half-track over here with the bazooka, as a Pioneer is moving in here behind the Maxarts. Okay, Commando DR Freak will find the kill. Panzer Grenadiers here dealing good amount of damage from their defensive position, as the Shermans deal some damage from behind. Panther D opening up fire down to the south here from the center, as we have some more support weaponry here for Lesitte, who's still on the 59 tank destroyer, trying to come around for the Panzer Grenadiers. Infantry in the north gets killed off. Sherman could now move a bit further forward, but Panzer 3H is slightly scary. And one gun didn't move up. Bofors coming around in the rear, but a bit of a lack of infantry right now in the north for Rougish. And the last couple of good minutes are coming in now. Panzer Grenadiers getting another nice kill over here. Runner P are around. Maxarts in the rear. They get into the building, so they will deal more damage to Panzer Grenadiers as they are below 100 meter range. But a good amount of kills here by the defensive Panzer Grenadiers of Lesitte anyways, getting rid of quite a couple of infantry units, especially with the help of the Panthers. Meanwhile, in the center, M10 gun went down, M1 gun tries to get the Martyr. Won't be able to do so though, and the Panther and the Pioneers will pin it down. Units on the hill here died as well to the Tiger pushing forward, and this is absolute disaster. There's only a Bofors behind this, and Rougish most likely will lose more flags in the center, as the southern push is still going on for him. Northern push on the brink as well, as more Panzer Grenadiers for Panzer Strikes coming around. Got the first Panzer III here killed. Partisan not in a spot to interact here. M1 gun really should have moved forward here in my eyes. Keep up the pressure. Legionnaires trying to move around, as flank pressure is the only advantage that Rougish has, so he has to play to that. Panther A now coming around, so this Sherman now in a bit of a pickle. Might be able to find some more kills before that comes around though. Gets a Gepard. The SDKFZ's here under heavy fire now as well. But the Panther is closing in, so the Sherman needs to disengage soon. Needs to get the hell out of there. If that falls, the northern flank of Rougish is kind of done for as well, and the center is in a really, really tough spot. Southern push here, still trying to move forward. 2 more flags to grab, at least reducing the tick, and then maybe going for a really, really long way back in, but this will be really hard. Meanwhile, Panther finds the Sherman kill in the north, and that's an absolute disaster. Now there's no anti-tank here forward, nothing that really can stop a Panther easily. Focke-Wulf's still around, actually trying to go for a Bofors kill. Bofors gets the kill into a Pioneer. Other units not quite up to follow it yet. As Bofors will be able to pin down the Focke-Wulf. Yeah, that doesn't really work out. If the Pioneer would have been around at the same time shooting at the Bofors, that would have been a lot better. I waited there a bit more for the timing, but Lesitte is having all the cards in his hand now in the center. Center is completely cracked open, and Rougish needs a kind of a miracle here on the sides. And needs Lesitte to maybe throw a bit too much into the sides here, into defensive positions of Rougish, who is still trying to come back into town. That might work out. Gets to run over 1 Pioneer here. Second Pioneer will try to aim its shot. Makassar's not quite having up their TNT again, their Molotov again, so the TNT will fly and will wipe out the Makassar. Bimp nearly pinned down. They shouldn't take the fight right now, otherwise they might get surrendered here. They're slightly out of range for surrender, but they will be pinned down. Lesitte still up to a 1410. Loses the flag in the south though, but Panther D gets another kill here. Sherman went down here as well. Oh no, Rougish just losing too much armor to these heavy tanks. Not engaging them well at all. And the Legionnaires trying to deal with the Pioneers. Shock's trying to help out as well. Trying to push them back. Whereas some water fire is coming up. 1410 still going on. Hellcat coming in for the center. No AA for Lesitte on the battlefield. So the Hellcat will get its missile rockets out, but the Panther D will survive. And 1 gun down here gets eliminated as well. Rougish just bleeding too many units here to really have a chance on a comeback. 59 still going on for Lesitte, as Tiger is keeping up the center. Tirailleurs trying to come up. Bofors went down though, so the Focke-Wulfs couldn't come in for endless strafing. Hellcat still in the sky here, she needs to get the hell out of there. Makassar's over here, trying to deal with some infantry over long range, finding us out of MG ammo, so they can't shoot back. They still have TNT though, and the M3 howitzer here at the wrong spot, at the wrong time as well, in range of so much stuff in a second, and the Pioneers might just finish it off with the TNT immediately. Half-track tries to move away. Spuma moving out in the south, still a 59. Hellcat still flying off above it. M1 gun moving in. Tiger not in range of any of the bazookas. And really Rougish's infantry micro not quite where needed to be for this matchup. As DFL is all about infantry and air micro, and especially about infantry taking the right duels at the right time. And that didn't quite happen. Get the Panther D kill here. M3 howitzer will get found by the Pioneer. Pioneer will be able to wipe it out in a second or so. Gets a shot out, at least the M3 howitzer, but will die right after. Second Pioneer is pushing forward here as well. And Rougish just doesn't have any assets left. Trying to use the M1 gun here to get some kill. Good unload from Lesitte, who's coming in with a lot of stuff in the center as well. Panthers sitting around everywhere. Lumberfer, a nice spot here as well. P47 now coming around, okay. But 2 Focke-Wulfs on the other side. Flak 41 out now as well, so yeah, like Rougish just can't afford that matchup in the air. He can't afford a sky duel for too long. Bofors trying to help out. P47 most likely will escape, but we are on C phase, so investing into air right now for Rougish is really, really expensive. Gets a nice kill onto a Buck 40 there. 1410 still on though, and only 2 minutes remaining. Air usually is a long run thing, so if Lesitte just keeps up the pressure, there should be nothing in his way. 1410, 2 minutes to go. North, he could just overrun completely as well, as there's basically nothing there for Rougish left to hold it. Like, Rougish's only strong formation is down itself, and even that is only strong in the infantry sense. It has no long-range firepower whatsoever. Has a limited amount of AA. Couple of units coming in here for the center, but they will once more go over that open slaughter field. And even if they will come somewhat close to this place, they will get murdered. They're like really roguish, bit too much focused here on the center. Should have just tried to hold on this flag and focus the sides where he has the major advantage with his infantry a bit more. But only 36 seconds remaining here, and Lesitte playing a really strong game, playing to his strengths and getting Rougish into really tough spots here. This game number 1 most likely will now go to the player in blue. Rougish with a couple of cool plays, but the early game just went completely south, and after it, he didn't find a way to recover from that. Didn't really get a good game comeback plan out, and Lesitte just played this down till the end. Maybe could have brought out AA a bit earlier, but that's just nitpicking here. So Lesitte wins game number 1 in 26 minutes on Orsha North, GGVP. And as this is an elimination match, Rougish really has to bring it out now in game number 2, as it's Lesitte on match point in this best of 3. So let's see how it goes in game number 2 in a minute. This game took extra long, but here we are, Lesitte versus Rougish, game number 2, as Rougish is bringing another Steward division. Do we gonna see some more? As Rougish on the right side is bringing around Corputiano di Liberazione, a division that will get buffed a hell of a lot in the next patch. But Lesitte is bringing around 14th Infantry, though Corputiano not half bad on the current patch either. So let's see how it goes. Their recon tab will get a lot more availability, and some of the infantry units as well. The Alpinis will get better veterancy. So yeah, still for sure a division that will be pretty solid on the next patch. And it's pretty okay already, as we are on Cell at CQC map. 14th Infantry, a division that we have seen before with Lesitte. Good all-rounder deck, has gotten quite a fair share of buffs as well, with the Flak Feelings, with the buff 2 Tigers, and so on. But we'll also get a buff next patch, with the Stillstrip and MP44s going up. For now, still a pretty solid deck, just lacks a bit of CQC firepower, but a good deck as well. Really great all-rounder, just doesn't quite have depth in anything. Like, most of your infantries are unicorn cards, you only get one of them of each. So you really have to be careful on when to take what infantry unit, as you don't get a second card of them most of the time. What's on the other side? You have a quite interesting mix of infantry as well. One of the big issues of the Italian decks is their transport, as they come into the 60 kmh Dovunque. But at least you get a couple of release in Corpo Italiano to counter that. Ooh, a P39 from the get-go here for Rougish on the right side, coming in from the get-go. Also, guys, don't forget about Matcherino if you want to help sponsoring the tournament and you have a minute or so. Maybe do some of the sponsor quests and get us closer to the next stretch goal and get these amazing players here a bit more for their efforts. P39Q moving around here in the south. We have some Panzerbüchsen coming around, some Ersatz MG, and some Sturmtruppen MP44. We'll take Lancia Flame coming in. Best flamethrower in the game, as they have the best SMG next to their flamethrowers. They have a Beretta. Can be a bit annoying though. Like, on paper, best flamethrower, but on the other side, they reveal themselves above 100 meters and they engage above 100 meters. So you really have to be careful that they actually get in range to use their flamethrower. Oh, going really deep here. Should get unloaded, otherwise they will die. Nope. Panzerbüchse gets the kill there. Yeah, should have been a bit more careful there with the unload. Next, another Lancia Flamme coming around here. Paracadusty and Gustatori. Bit slow here. Good face rush here from Lesitte. Using the slowness of the Devonke. Rougish needs to be really careful down here. P39s maybe should come around helping out here. As this is a big rush from Lesitte in the town. 13-11 coming around. Jeep goes down. Meanwhile, Rougish outnumbers his opponent quite heavily in the north. The recon Jeeps, interesting unit. Rougish always someone who brings around interesting units for sure. 50 cal Jeeps here. You have to be pretty careful with them. And they only have 750 meter range, so they die quite quickly. One Obitze on the battlefield already. One more Lancia Flamme and a couple of Gustatoris and Arditis coming for the middle. As the P39 can do some strafing runs here. Get some SMGs pinned down maybe. Not quite on target right now. Doesn't quite have line of sight. Pioneer over here will deal with the Paracadustis, thanks to their TNT. Not quite getting the TNT out, it seems. Just troop an MP44. Helps out big time as well, though. Another one coming around. And with their veterancy, they should be able to overwhelm the Paracadusti. Yep, they do. Get the pin down. Gustatori not getting in there. As SMGs get damaged a bit more here by the P39 using its 37mm here to deal some direct damage to the ground units. Stack counts and more Stuarts coming up. Yeah, Rougish really is a lover of Stuarts. That's one of his absolute character traits, and I feel like that's the wrong one. You should get rid of your Stuart edition, Rougish. It's hurting you. It's hurting you. They're really not that amazing. OB25 trying to hit units over here. As Lesitte is on a 1410. But Rougish has the potential of some good damage in the north. SMGs in some good spots though. Beats it would help out against that. Beats over here, not quite on target, and the south is in turmoil here. This 3-gun at least will get strafed by the P39. This time around, it's Rougish who does the strafing. Deals solid damage. Stuart will come around, but the Stuk is already on the battlefield as well. And the south is not looking hot here for Rougish. Obitze now trying to hit units on the hill, but good amount of infantry units here already killed off. Rougish really in trouble there. Baltimore bomber coming in. No way. With flak filling actually in the rear. I was about to say no AA, but nope. I missed that flak filling, and that's actually already pretty dangerous for the Baltimore. Luckily for it, flak filling has to reload right now. Might escape with its life. Gets a solid hit, but good damage onto the Baltimore. Stuart's coming around. Assist 3-gun though. Already back in action. Both stack hounds fall to the Stuk. Gustatori over here under fire will fall soon as well. Lesitte already on the 1410 here. And Rougish needs to do something. Yes, we have Befehl's BMW coming in for the flak filling, so from here on out, Baltimore's most likely won't get out alive anymore. With a 2-star flak filling that also gets closer to the front. Infantry over here of Rougish also will not make it up the hill. Lesitte really playing the speed advantage of his big transports really well. And Rougish in a world of trouble here. RDT will try to cross the open, but that's a suicide mission with the Stuk here around. Needs to find better ways to get to places. One of the big mistakes last game as well of Rougish, losing too many units in transport. Fucilari Commando, pretty solid leader. Kia, 13 hit points. Bren gun, Sten gun. Like, the rifle's obviously not too amazing, but the Pia, 30 points, 13 hit points, pretty nice for a leader. As 30 points is obviously more expensive than the usual leader, but not super expensive either. Like, they could be arguably 35 points. DT over here under fire. Won't be unloaded by that first miss, so they most likely will die. Rougish really a bit sloppy on the micro in these games so far. DT falling there. Maros tried to move in the north. Finally some action. The Obitze not unloaded though. Could be really helpful with this push, as a Lux is coming in to pin down these units. And the south is in a rough spot. Bomber J88 coming in here. Lesitte loves these. Saw them a lot in the last game as well. This time around coming in for 95 points only. With 50 kilogram bombs as a dive bomber version. P39 on the hunt. Ooh. And one gun gets a nice kill. Flak Feeling, though, is around to stop the P-39 from doing any shenanigans here. P-39 has to be really careful. Might go down here. Flak Feeling gets a couple more shots out. Ah, it's close, but it doesn't quite get the kill. Somewhat fortunate there for the P-39. As all infantry in the south is dead, though, for Rougish. And the Sis-3 gun and the M42 easily lock down the Stuarts down here. Grenadier MG42 engaging the Parakadusti over here in the north. Breda and Parakadusti try to push back the MG42s. Aditi in the north moving out. 11-13 for Rougish. And one gun in the rear. Obitsa could help out. Morgus Satori's coming in. Stuart needs to move around. And looks moving forward. Begleit Grenadier moving forward. And the Begleit Grenadier is moving in the center as well. Lancia Flame goes down. Parakadusti trying to move in. Obitsa will try to get onto target over here. Baltimore Bomber coming in with a bombing run for the center. But the Flak Feeling is here. No, 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 Rougish, this is not working out. This Baltimore might not even drop its bombs, and it for sure is going to die. Yeah, it doesn't drop its bombs. And it will go to die here. And this is once more not looking hot here for Rougish in game number 2. Starting with a lot of mistakes once more. And Lesitte playing a pretty clean game here. Flak Feeling gets an important kill on another important plane of Rougish. Really quite similar to what we saw in game number 1 with that health fire. And if you're already behind, you can't allow moves like that at all. Parkadusti getting eliminated in the north. Like, those Baltimores are what should allow you to try to come back. Good bombing run on the Sis-3 gun, allowing to push through with tanks or so in the north. Like, things like that. But if you throw away 100 point or more units like that, you really put yourself into an absolutely rough position. And this infantry push here in the south, not gonna work out. So much long-range firepower here for Lesitte pinning down everything on this spot. This push at the beginning really, really strong. And yeah, Parakadusti and Gustatori, not great long-range units. Now the Stuarts try to move forward, but the anti-tank guns are in position. This is not gonna work out either. Flak Feeling once more getting close to kill another P-39. And Lesitte is in a super commanding position here. Could easily push to a 59 now. Center is in trouble for Rougish. South is in complete shambles. Stuarts here will get murdered for sure by the M42s. Next Stuart already on the fire here. Both Stuarts, one might survive, but one for sure goes down. The second one can't do much here. 14-10 for Lesitte. And Rougish in a really, really tough spot here. Aditi, Parkadusti and Fucilieri staying around in the north. Stackhounds trying to move around. One gun's chilling out on the south. Sis-3 gun helping out big time against the infantry here. As we have another Stuk 3G rolling in from the south. 14-10 is happening. Lesitte on match ball, so Rougish really has to get it together now. But so far, no fight that went his way, really, all over the battlefield. All of the engagements so far absolutely went Lesitte's way, and you can't win a game like that, obviously. You need some victories. But Baltimore coming around in the south again, really close to dying once more. Like, feeling not quite in range though, but doesn't even quite get the Sis-3 gun as it was too spread out with its bombs due to the Flak Feeling's damage there. And it will take a long while to repair. IG-33 locking down this zone of death as well. Once more Rougish investing into a spot where he just can't get units online. Like, this is not a terrain he can take back like that. So investing points in here is just throwing stuff into the meat grinder. Stuart now moving forward on its own will run into an M42 that it can't beat in a 1v1 situation either. So Rougish just throwing units away, just doesn't have any cohesive game plan or follow up to his early game plan here whatsoever. Can't play from this spot at all, it seems, and Stackhounds in the center will get under fire by the Sis-3 gun as well, so they most likely will take some damage, or both might even die here as well. 16-8 already for Lesitte, and this game might be a really, really quick one. Stack count number 1 goes down. Assist 3 gun aiming up for the second one. Stack count number 2 goes down as well. 17-7 here for Lesitte. 3 Shermans trying to get in onto the battlefield, but there's enough anti-Sherman stuff in the 14th Infantry. I don't think Lesitte has to worry much. Another flak feeling comes online, so if there's ever a plane coming in here again, it will get absolutely dumpstered. And we are closing in on an 18-6 already here. Panzer II looks trying to lift Gustatoris. Yes. We already have a double take already. Only 10 minutes remaining now for Rougish, who's playing Maverick. So both sides will have a good amount of income now, right now on B-phase, but the amount of blue forces on the battlefield right now are just so oppressive here. The amount of stuff that Lesitte has on the battlefield is by now nearly 3 times the numbers most likely, or maybe even more than what Rougish has. The traits for Lesitte absolutely fantastic. Black Radius coming around, has lost so few units around, whilst his stuff is coming in time and again, getting good traits. And the P-39 will die here now. 2-star veterancy, Flak Feeling will get the kill. P-39 can't come in for the J-88 at that spot. Jeeps trying to come around, but I'm really not a big fan of these 50 cal Jeeps. If they would have radios, there would be some use for them, but even then they wouldn't be amazing. Without radios and without like normal MG team range on the 50 cal, like if they would have 1250 meter range, they would be quite cool. But this way they are just not that great. Stikivs will kill them, Glide Commanders will kill them, they don't do that much damage back. Like there's a couple of plays that you can do with them, but you really have to set them up. And Rougish didn't do them. It felt like they were just some units to throw around, and that's not how these 50 cal Jeeps work. They're just too low on hit points to do anything on their own. Meanwhile, Focke-Wulf Recon figures out the enemy positions in the north. 17-7 here for Lesitte again, who's pushing in the center. Only the Shermans now really remaining here. South completely cracked open. Couple of Power Assault trying to move forward here. Center could be just overrun, like literally, by infantry right now. Focke-Wulf coming in for some infantry in the north. Who beats them in a solid spot, but obviously there's not gonna be any long game traits here with these artillery pieces or anything like that. Focke-Wulf fighter bomber allows the triple surrender here. Really painful for Rougish. Another great trait here for Lesitte, and Lesitte just outplaying Rougish left, right, and center here. Not a great day for our player from down under. For our master of the stats. Really not his best place today here, as Lesitte is on the 16-8 and is just playing it down now. Gets the Jeep over here as well. Harder Assaulto getting some nice kills. Baltimore trying to get some damage in. In the north, maybe they could find some room to play. Like if all the bombers would have come in the north. But with the flak feelings in the south, it's just another unit being wasted. And it felt like the openers just put Rougish into panic mode, threw him completely off both times, and he just didn't quite know what to do. And that can happen, but yeah, it's always a bit rough to watch when it happens. As games look way more one-sided and as they should than they should be. If you look at the normal skill of these two players, like this for sure is not how Rougish plays normally, but Lesitte really threw him off in both games. And is getting into an absolutely commanding position here now. 2 more bombers coming in, but the AA is here. The AA is still here. So the bomber won't drop its bombs off, at least turns to the north, so it won't take too much damage from the second flak feeling, but even a single flak feeling of 2-star veterancy could be enough to kill a heavy bomber like that. Yeah. It's too slow to run away. Other bomber coming around in the north. Doesn't get its bombs dropped down. I'm not sure what happened there. Doesn't have a order of command there. Sherman's behind enemy lines here, trying to wreak some havoc. But the rest of the map is just absolutely devastated here. 17-7 for Lesitte. Set 1007 bomber. Trying to find another bombing run. But the amount of units left on the battlefield for Rougish is abysmal. Whilst Lesitte is just getting stronger and stronger. Has the complete combined arms locked in. Tigers coming in. A lot of infantry, light tanks, recon units like the artillerists, long-range support guns, AA everywhere. So, yeah, Spitfire recon doesn't have any armament, so it can't deal with the BF-109. Another flag feeling coming online. So, even in the north, the window of opportunity does close. As the bomber is coming in there. Artillery now being invested into Rougish, but that won't make a difference whatsoever. As Pioneers and Black Grenadiers are moving forward over here. And Lesitte only needs to grab one more flag and finish this game within 2.5 minutes. As an 18-6 is really close to him here now in the center. Parkadusti couldn't stop these two units from getting in there. Units could also just move into the south. Really, the traits for Rougish just never working out in this game. And Lesitte playing a super clean game. Like, really playing down what he wanted to do from the get-go till the end. Rougish not able to throw him off at any given moment, and that's always usually how you win in these divisions. Like, getting your game plan through is the way to victory, disrupting the game plan of your enemy. And Lesitte did that really well. Really great push in the south at the beginning. And 1 minute 51 in the end here remaining. So, not going to end well for our player in the red. And Lesitte will be the one who will face attack power in round number 2 of the playoffs. Like feeling firing in, under fire in the south. Really coming in there. 1 minute 26 remaining. B19's coming around. Tiger E in the north. Will find the Sherman. Will get the kill. Sherman number 2 tries to disengage there. Artillery coming around for the flag feeling over here, but only 1 minute and 6 seconds now. 18-6 is ticking relentlessly. And yeah, these artillery pieces are amazing, but obviously not at this moment in the game, as they won't capture your ground. And only 1 minute 40 now remaining. Rougish always someone who plays till the end. Other players would have tapped out at this moment, but Rougish, one of these players that always plays till the last second. His code of conduct. As that's MG's coming in here in the center. Wolverine's trying to come in on the end, on the other side, but only there to maybe get a couple shots off before the time is over. 17-7 now. And Lesitte really with some strong play. I would be a bit scared if I would be attack power right now. Yes, Lesitte really didn't show any weaknesses today. I mean, he wasn't super hard pressed, but I mean, attack power did improve a lot as well, but this Lesitte looks strong. So, should be a really interesting matchup between those two when it comes up. Puck 40 getting a Devonque. Sherman trying to move forward. Puck 40 might get another one. Nope. But only 44 seconds remaining for the player in red. Puck 40 coming in for Sherman now as well. So Sherman in trouble. P39 trying to come in to get one last kill at least, but there's a good amount of luck feelings all around here. And the P39 will not survive this. Puck 40 at least goes down. Bowfighter trying to get one last kill here for Rougish. Coming in on north. And then Rougish does surrender here. GGVP to Lesitte will move on